Well, good afternoon.
Hey.
And how the hell are you? Welcome to another Red Zone version of Talking Ish with Dub, Chris, and Mizzle. Dub.
Yes.
We got some guests in the house. We're joined by our brethren from the All-Pro Jaffos, JP, the bad guy, Josh Pineda, and you can hear his voice, but you can't see him. But TG is in the building.
TG is definitely in the building.
So, glad you're with us here on this Week 13 edition of Talking Ish, and we hope that everybody had a fantastic Thanksgiving with your family and loved ones, and you are stuffed of all the trimmings and desserts and whatnot. As a crazy weekend in football transpired. As you see, Bevo is happy as Bevo will make a trip to it.
I just want to say, we got the dub, but I'm not happy.
You're never happy.
About what I saw.
You're never happy.
No, not about that. No. Not about
right
what I saw yesterday.
So right now, they ruled the Adam Thielen great catch that I thought was a touchdown incomplete. And
they called it.
Are you serious?
So
They called it.
I thought. So did he bobble it out of bounds?
I don't know, but they did not give him the catch.
Wow.
And right now, the Panthers are going to attempt another Eddie Pinheiro field goal, which, by the way, he has already missed 2 so far in this first half to try to put Carolina up 13-10 with 7
Might as well make it 3
in Charlotte. And Eddie Pinheiro missed again. Oh, my goodness.
Like I said, might as well make it 3.
How did he know?
And Eddie Pinheiro coming into this.
As we're about to see the 27-yard attempt on my end, if you guys have already seen it.
I haven't seen it yet.
Oh, well, we're looking at it's about to be live right now for me. And Mr. Vera, how are you doing, brother?
I'm good. How you guys doing?
Oh, man. Living the dream. See, I'm going to say still full, but we're about to have another family-style Thanksgiving around here.
He just got it in the upright, so Carolina does take the lead.
Dude. So
13-10.
Thanksgiving was interesting in the Vera household for sure.
Oh, baby.
I'm pretty sure you were cussing out your team like, damn it, bastards, why are you winning?
No, I'm like, you know what? I will be the how can I put this? I'll be the exception to the rule. I think that no team should continue to lose because that carries over to the following season. I don't give a shit who the coach is,
Correct.
who the new coach is.
Correct.
You can't just sit there and lose game after game after game. In the NFL and for players and for their psyche, you need to go out there and win games. If you're going out there and losing games just so that way you get a better draft pick, you don't deserve to be playing in the damn NFL.
Well,
Yeah. Oh, definitely.
Well,
Definitely.
that doesn't work. Well, tanking does not work in the NFL because that's how injuries happen. It's not like the NBA, as we all know this.
Well, it's not just Dub, it's not just about injury.
NFL.
What if you
It's-
know
it's-
you're not going to go far and you're not going to win them?
Exactly.
But it's not just about tanking and injuries. It's also about morale. It's also about how you are going to bring your team into the next season. When a new coach comes in and you've tanked to get a better draft pick, all that is shown that the players is that losing is okay.
And it's not.
Exactly. And now you have to overcome that mental breakdown as far as allowing that to happen. And I don't agree with it at all.
Same.
What if the organization has an understanding of what they're looking for in the future, including the players, and they're on board with it? It's not so much as, the feeling of losing. You're understanding the situation and what your organization is in, and if you're going to try and prepare yourself to get the best spot to make the future even brighter.
JP, you have a fellow hook.
That is only if you have full organizational cooperation with that.
JP, you have a fellow Hook'em fan.
But JP, let me ask you something, and I'd like your honest answer to this. Let me ask you something. At what point in time does any NFL player, as competitive as they are, think it's okay or would agree to tanking for a better pick?
0.
Exactly. So what you just said, I could understand, but at the same time, we have to kind of understand what we're talking about when we're talking about some of these players in the NFL. They are paid to win games, not to lose.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah, 100%.
Yep.
You play to win the game. Hello.
Hello.
Well, I didn't want to go there, but you are 100% correct.
Since you're not going to get full organizational pull and you're not going to get the play, so then what do you do? You go from you talk coaches, GMs, and ownership get together and go, look, we know we're not going to get the support from the players to tank the rest of this season. So what can we do to basically kind of aid in the loss? Whether it be certain play calls in certain situations.
Oh, we got a fumble in Baltimore. And a flag.
It's not a fumble. He's down.
Not that obvious, I guess, in certain ways.
Well, but okay. I'm going to paint a different picture.
I'm really devil's advocate on this. I'm just saying.
No, I agree with you. And all I'm doing is saying I'm playing the opposite side of it, right? And my purpose of what I was saying was this. You can get coaches to buy in if the coaches still are under contract and they're being told by ownership, we are not going to fire you.
Right.
So if you were like, and I'll take my Cowboys for instance, if you're like my Cowboys, McCarthy's never going to buy into that. Never. He knows he has to win, and he has to win to show face. So that way he can actually get another coaching position because he knows he's gone.
Yeah.
So you can look at this multiple ways, but I don't think you'll ever get a coach's buy-in unless it's somebody like Tomlin. I don't even think B-Rabbit would buy into that.
I mean, his ego is never going to really let him buy into that.
No.
And by the way, he's going to get into his own way. I don't have to worry about the 49ers. We've got enough injuries and a lot of bad shit going on with this team to where it really doesn't matter what goes on. We don't have enough firepower to be able to outright win games against good teams. It's just not going to happen.
That was
other organizations. I mean, obviously, at this point in time, when you're talking about tanking, it's more of like, yeah, if you get a lot of the quote unquote tanking that's happening is not intentional. Everybody's going to win games and get into better positions and all that other kind of stuff.
And Justin Tucker just brought the Ravens within 2 of the field goal made at the end of the half. It was 14-12 Philadelphia over Baltimore in Baltimore.
Yeah, we just saw that as well.
Going into halftime. But JP, let me put it to you this way. Even with you guys. Now, I got into an argument with another fan, and I use that loosely because some of these people friggin', and I'm sorry, I have to say it this way, some of these people amaze me that they even post or say anything on anything because some of the stupidity is palpable. But
by the way,
what I'm
Rams
saying,
are up 7-6 in New Orleans.
What I'm saying with this is simple, and that is the fact that when you start to look at and break down NFL teams, and you start to look at what's going on in the NFL, tanking as an NBA team is something that I think is more acceptable. I think that tanking as an NFL team is not something any player or coach is going to buy into. I think that comes from management and GMs, because most GMs, if they're not winning, they're losing. And that also means that they could be gone as well. So you're not going to see that tank for first or tank for the best pick. But what I'm saying is teams throughout the season change. Injuries change you. Players becoming more aggressive change you, or mature, if you want to go that way. I think that players start to understand their positions and start to come alive as they go throughout the season. And I think that in some of these situations, you draft a player and he's in his second season. You're hoping, okay, he starts to understand. Tom Landry used to say, and Jimmy Johnson picked up on this, and other players, our coaches have picked up on this, Parcells being another one, is that you have 3 years. If you don't start showing me something in 3 years, you're gone. And that's why when you start to look at some of these things that we're talking about, like tanking, that's when you start to see players start to raise their game because they're like, whoa, whoa, whoa. I might not be here next year unless I start showing you something.
Yeah. Again, tanking, I don't think when people talk about tanking, they're more thinking of it as it like a
DP. How are you, sir? Good to see you last night, DP, at the game.
What's up, DP?
Oh, DP, what up, brother?
Thanks for chiming in, brother.
UNLV versus Boise State.
That's gonna be good.
Oh man, I want to go to that game. Is that gonna be here in Vegas?
No, it's in Boise on the Smurf turf.
Oh, damn it!
Because Boise has the tiebreaker over the Rebels in their one regular season meeting. But I actually got to see some ASMFL guys yesterday at the Battle of the Camel. Got to see obviously Mr. Palmer. We actually were sitting in the same row. Got to see, of course, Mr. Dyson. Of course, his son plays for the Rebels. Got to see him there. Got to see Davion Duncan. Got to see Donnie Lyon. So got to see those guys and say what's up to them.
Man, I'll tell you what.
The fellas are ready for this season, man.
Oh, they're ready.
I'll tell you what. I am so looking forward to the Winter War. It's crazy. We're only a month out from today, and I'm so looking forward to this shit. It's unreal. I haven't seen some of these guys. Haven't seen you guys live in a while, so I'm looking forward to it. Miz, I'm looking for you bringing your butt out here.
I can't wait. I can't wait for the season to start. And man, I'm gonna try to be there for like a good few games this year. That's my goal. I'm trying to
come on out, man. You got you got a place to stay. You don't even have to worry about that.
Oh, word.
That's a good question, DP. I don't have the answer to that, so hopefully we'll get some more clarification as the month passes on.
Football, let's go.
Freaks, right?
So hopefully we'll figure it out and we can let you know.
And you know what? I'm looking forward to it because at least at Matter, we will be out of the elements this year.
Yes.
We'll be able to see what's going on this year.
Yes.
We don't have to wait for the referees on the far sideline this year. I am looking forward to this, man.
Yes. No more. I think the ball's at the 30. No, it's at the 28. Okay. Second down and 3 at the 28-yard line with 4 minutes to go. And here's the snap.
And hopefully we can see the time clock from where we are.
I think they built a scoreboard. I think where they have the scoreboard now, I think is very visible from what I was informed. So.
Oh, you know what? I got to drive by there, man. It's not that far from the house. I got to drive by and check it out.
Yeah, it's not that far from where I say either. So right now, late in the third. Yes.
JP, ask the question.
Where's it at?
Matter Academy. It's on East Bonanza.
That's what it is. They upgraded Matter. That's right.
Which by the way, thanks to Mr. Schufert, who is a coach on the Matter Academy squad, that we were able to do games there. So appreciate Mr. Schufert for
making viral memes.
What's that?
And by the way,
viral memes.
By the way, everybody who's watching right now, Las Vegas Kings are doing their tryouts next Saturday. I need to get a little bit more information from Coach Wallace. As some of you know, I'll be coaching wide receivers this year.
Yes.
Really looking forward to it.
Hell yeah. I love to hear that.
Got my cleats ready because I am not one of those coaches to tell you what to do. I'm one of those coaches to show you what to do.
Oh, so whoa. Hi, Miss Tammy.
I can teach you better than I can show you. Well, I can show you better than I can teach you.
So Miss Tammy is allowing you to coach with the cleats on.
Yes.
Yes.
You
have her permission.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I'm allowed to. No, hey, big piece there. Coach, not play.
Mr.
Coach,
Cicerone. How are you, sir?
Hey, what's happening?
Zach, what's going on, brother?
I will say this: Russell Wilson decided to have a throwback game today in Cincinnati.
Yes, he
Yeah, he did.
did. Man,
to the atonement of 414 yards and 3 TDs
after he
and
threw
1
that,
pick.
after he threw that,
Yeah, who said
different human
who
being.
said he was done? Who said he was finished?
Glad to hear that, Zach. Glad to hear you. Thanks for
Definitely
chiming in,
glad to
buddy.
hear that. Definitely glad to hear that.
Well, by the way, so right now it's 13-10 Panthers over the Buccaneers in Charlotte. At Baltimore, it's the Eagles 14 and the Ravens 12, much to the happiness of Mr. Palmer. He is an Eagles fan.
Red Zone was having an issue.
Right now, it
You
is,
know what, Mr. Palmer, I love you to death, brother, but the fact that you're an Eagles fan just took you down a notch. Just
Hey,
saying.
well, my brother over here to my right, he's an Eagle fan too. As we watch the game, you might hear him chime in on certain plays.
So 3.5 in the third.
Uh-oh.
3.5 in the third quarter in the Superdome, the site of Super Bowl 59. We got the Rams up 7-6 over the Rams. So now that we're all here,
Well, my wife's a Cowboy fan, so
now that we're all here, we really haven't had the chance to talk about this live per se, but let's just go back to Detroit. And Matt Eberflus, what the hell were you thinking or not
He
thinking?
wasn't.
Which cost you your job.
I think he wanted to get fired. You cannot make a decision like that, knowing that you have a timeout. Get your team together.
You know what? I got a better question. Wait, hold on. I got a better question for you guys. With what he did, do you think that helps or hurts his chances to become a head coach again with another team next year?
Oh, it's gonna hurt.
I said hurts.
It's gonna hurt.
It
Now he
hurts.
may. Now he possibly could.
He doesn't manage.
Now he could be. Now he could be a
he was
a very good DC when he was with the Colts.
There it is. He could be a
which
coordinator.
helped him got the job in Chicago.
Turner.
Not everyone can be a
Okay.
And I
He'd be
see it
great.
again. Norv Turner.
Norv Turner, Jim Tomsula,
Yes.
Vic Fangio.
Yes.
Josh McDaniels.
Yes.
But now,
Dude, is Josh McDaniels even coaching right now?
no,
Anywhere.
no.
I'm talking as an offensive coordinator.
Nothing.
He is nowhere.
Nothing.
He deserves a 2-year break.
And he never should ever again.
Like what he just did to that organization to fool everybody. Again.
Again.
They went for the con twice.
Again.
And he ruined another organization.
Shit, and some more quarterbacks.
You know what? Go find yourself for a few years. If you have to coach a high school team for a couple of years, I don't give a fuck if it's Pop Warner. You got to go that far back into the basics. You need to chill the fuck out. You are costing us money and draft picks, and even anyone wanting to sniff something here.
He cost us CJ Stroud.
Well, let's hold on. Let's have some fun with this for a second.
Let's do it.
With the way this season is starting to wind up, and we know we've seen the playoff teams, we've seen the teams that we think are gonna go places, and we know the teams that aren't going anywhere. Out of the teams we know aren't going anywhere, which we can mention them, we could say, exactly what happened with the Jaguars today and losing their quarterback. That was a cheap ass bullshit play
I didn't see
by
it.
the player. He was sliding, man, and there's no reason to take a forearm to a quarterback's head as he's sliding.
I know.
The man was unconscious by the time he hit the ground.
I know it was by Aziz Al-Shire. I know that. I just haven't seen it.
I'm about to send it to you. Let me find it real quick.
Cheap ass hit, and he should have gotten his ass whooped.
The brawl should have been a lot bigger.
Yes. Now, as we go through this, and they said it was offsetting penalties, that's horse crap. They should have called him for it, and it should have stood as far as a penalty for him. Should never have been offsetting. But anyway, we'll go further. We know where they are. We know they have a quarterback. They're not quarterback hungry. Then we go into the New York Giants. We know that they're hurting. We know what they're going to be looking for. But what I'm saying is this:
So we taking Cam.
out of the teams that are going to have the top 10 picks, who do you guys feel is getting rid of their coaches and their coaching staff?
Jacksonville for sure.
The Giants
are cleaning house.
And the Giants.
Giants, I think Jaguars.
Shit, the Jets might be cleaning the house.
Well, Jets
They
are
are.
cleaned house because they
They
got
are.
rid of Salah.
They
So
are.
that right there.
Carolina's going to be cleaning house.
No, I think they got
No,
confidence.
they
Canales ain't going nowhere.
Think so?
Yeah,
with the
Canales ain't
with the
going-
Panthers with the
Canales
Panthers
ain't
they
going
have
nowhere.
liked for the Panthers they have liked the way Bryce Young has improved since he was being benched and
Yeah.
became the starter, and it is showing in his play.
And
and
Canales
plus-
got that locker room.
Yeah,
Canales
and
definitely has that locker room.
and
They play hard.
yeah. I mean, you took the defending Super Bowl champions that have thinking they can flip the switch to 3 seconds of going overtime.
Yep.
Okay, well, hold on. So the Jags, we're saying, are going to clean house.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
The Giants, who
Yeah.
else?
The Jets.
The Jets?
Well, technically, they slightly already cleaned house by firing Salah. They're on the
Okay.
end, so that's the start.
But who else? Who else?
I don't think AP is going nowhere. I think he gets another season. If you know anything about Mark Davis, he does not fire his coaches within the first year.
No.
I
So
don't
who
think-
else?
I don't think AP.
Who else do you think?
Dallas?
Well, he already came
Yes.
out and said that
Jerry just said that he might
Jerry said he's
give.
already talked about extension.
Yeah, he's talking about possibly giving.
He ain't extending Mike. He's telling y'all that just so that way he's got some pub. That
I
man is
know.
gone at the end of the season.
I know, but just
Just that coming out
JP's
of his mouth,
JP's reaction's what I need. JP's reaction's what I need. Yes.
So Dallas, who else?
I don't know.
Maybe Tennessee, but I don't know.
I don't know about Tennessee yet.
I think Tennessee is going to clean house too. So, with that said, let's review. We're talking about the Jags, talking about the Giants. We're talking about Tennessee.
Yeah.
I don't think they're cleaning house. What they're going to wind up doing. So, we're not going to put them up there right now. So, the question mark is this. What coaches are going where?
Well, right now,
That's the question mark.
this is according to Score. Score has reported that
Mhm.
the Bears have an interest in Cliff Kingsbury, who is the OC with the Commanders, in perhaps taking over the head coaching duties in Chicago.
Interesting.
That would be a big mistake for them. But anyway,
I don't disagree with that.
Kingsbury? For what? Why Kingsbury?
because they're looking at him as his offensive mind,
And what-
Because
playing
of
with having a young quarterback in Caleb Williams, and thinking that Caleb Williams he's going to be able to take him to the next level.
Oh, Baker.
We're still thinking Caleb Williams is that guy, huh? We're still under that
I didn't say
delusion.
that.
That's the guys that they're going with. So let's say Kingsbury to the Bears for the hell of it. So who do we think is a good fit in Jacksonville?
Is the game back on?
For Trevor Lawrence?
Ben Johnson.
Back on. No, put it back on.
Ben
Do
Johnson.
we really think Ben Johnson is going to go, because he's already said he's going to be very particular about where he goes? Do you think that he's going to go to Jacksonville?
Do I think he's going to go there? No, but I'm just saying that I'm saying that from the standpoint that there is some offensive talent there in Jacksonville. You got Travis Etienne. You got Sunshine. You have Thomas, the wide receiver. You have Christian Kirk, who's been productive despite the fact he hasn't had a quarterback. And you still have Evan Ingram.
Shaw have a job somewhere?
The cupboard's not empty in Jacksonville.
I think
It's not.
David Shaw is doing commentary.
Do
Or
y'all know if David Shaw has a job right now?
He's on somebody's coaching staff. I forgot who, but he's on somebody's
Okay.
staff.
Who's that?
David Shaw, the former coach of the Stanford Cardinal.
Yeah. So my question mark is, who do you guys think is going to the Giants with that mess? Because they have no quarterback, but I think they're going to wind up drafting Shador Sanders.
So it's Prime.
You think Prime is going to wind up?
Package deal.
I don't think. My personal opinion is Dion is not ready for the pros.
New York market to be able to market like what?
I don't think
This is Coach Prime we're talking about. This is a marketing genius that we're talking
I
about.
don't think he leaves college.
You don't a marketing genius does not equal a coaching genius in the NFL.
That doesn't matter. They're going to go for the glitz and glamour of the whole situation. They're trying to make a movie about this shit.
I don't think that the Giants are ready to make a step like that, a misstep like that, because I think that they are looking more into what they can be rather than getting the pub. I really think that this is going to be about winning for this team and winning for this this franchise. So I don't believe they're going to go with him.
I think you're giving the New York Giants franchise too much credit. I think you're putting it in the perspective thinking that the New York Giants are actually going to be smart in this situation.
I think they are. And I'll tell you, JP,
the New York Giants organization know what the fuck they're doing.
JP, I'll tell you why I think they're going to be smart in this situation. They have lost too much of their fan base already. It took them too long to make a decision on Daniel Jones. They know they messed up there. I don't think that they're going to turn around and give a coach that has a lot of pro potential but has not shown what he can do at the pro level. I don't think they're going to give him a chance just yet. I think, in my estimation, I think that if there was a franchise that would give Dion the chance, I think it would be the Raiders. But I don't think they're getting rid of their coach.
I don't think AP is going anywhere.
That's why the Giants are the logical. Again, with the New York market, everything that's going to come with that. He's going to want to help his son get through it.
Okay, so I'll go with that, and I'll say that the Giants take Prime. I'll go with that, and we'll call that what it is, and we'll say Ben Johnson to the Jags, which I don't truly believe that's going to happen. I don't think that they are strong enough of a team for Ben Johnson to put his signature on them just yet.
I think he'll take the Bears job. Wouldn't you think?
Not if
Ben Johnson?
Oh, so no,
If
that's
the
right.
Bears- if the
We
Bears
already
are
put.
going
So we
blitz,
put Cliff at with the Bears, right?
Yes.
So why? Okay, well maybe would Ben Johnson take the Jets position?
See, that's another position because now who's going to be their quarterback?
Touchdown Rams.
It's not going to be Aaron.
It's definitely not going to be
Exactly. So who's going to be their quarterback? And that's why I don't think Ben Johnson takes the Jets
What's the Jets?
coaching position.
They're like 3-10, 3-9,
3-9, 3.
3-10. Doug,
Hold on.
Jets
Hold on,
record.
Hold on. Yeah, what? Think with me here for a second. What is the Jets record right now?
Should be 3-10.
3-10.
3-10. Okay, how many teams have 2 wins?
My team.
The Giants and
Jets
the
are
lowest
the Jets are 3-9.
3-9.
3-9 because of their bye.
The Raiders only got 2.
The Raiders, the Giants. Those are the only other two wins.
Wait, I think we got 3. No, we only got 2, right?
Okay. Patriots 3-10, Jets 3-9, Browns 3-8, Jaguars 2-10, Titans 3-9, Raiders 2-10, Giants 2-10.
We're the number. So we're the number 2.
So there are
for the draft pick.
There are 3 teams that are 2-10, with the Jets being 3-9. Right. If we're talking complete sweep, clean up for the Jets, would that be more enticing for Coach Prime and Shador? Or would the Giants be more enticing?
I got to honestly say, I don't think either one would be more enticing.
That's what I was going to say. Yeah.
The reason why I don't think it's going to be enticing for them is because I'll tell you right now, if Shermer comes over as Dion's offensive coordinator, they're going to have major problems. Pat Shermer is not what I consider, even though he was a head coach, I don't think that he has everything on his plate to be an offensive coordinator in the NFL. College, yes. NFL, no.
Well, yeah.
Currently, right now, here is the current draft order right now in the NFL. Jags will be on the clock. Raiders number 2.
Yep.
Giants 3. Patriots 4. Jets 5. Titans 6. Panthers 7. Browns 8. Bengals 9. Bears 10. That's your top
I'll
10.
say this. I'll say that if the season was to end, we're speaking hypothetically, I think the Jaguars trade out that pick because they don't need a quarterback unless they're drafting something else.
They're not going to. They're not throwing out of that pick. Reason being is
Travis,
they need a difference maker, and I think they take Hunter.
Travis, 100%.
Okay, and I'm not arguing that, but I'm just saying if they're definitely not taking a quarterback. So if
Okay, but
Miz,
Miz,
I think we're definitely taking Shador.
But Miz, hear me out for a second. Hear me out for a second. You got to think of a couple of things.
What do you think?
They are for Jacksonville to trade out. They'd be looking for something that is going to net them a number 1 next year. I don't know any team that is going to be willing in that top 10 to trade out for that number 1 pick, knowing Shador is not going to be. I don't believe Shador Sanders is going to be in the in that top 4 unless the Giants take him.
So he's not a top 4.
According to PFF, he's not. He's a top 10 player, and that's it.
So you're saying that the Raiders won't take him at 2?
Giants have the second pick.
Raiders do.
No, he just said the Jaguars are 1 and the Raiders are 2. Yeah,
Giants are 3
right now. I'm just thinking.
The Giants are 3. So right now, you would have to hope that the Raiders that the Raiders don't win another game. I can tell you right now, I don't think the Giants are going to win another game.
I don't think the Raiders are going to win another game.
But between the two, I would go with the Raiders winning another game before I go with the Giants winning another game.
I will never take the Raiders for outdoing anything. They're always going to do what they should.
Dude, the Giants looked horrible. And I'm talking about a Giants team that played my Cowboys on Thanksgiving. And I can tell you, I think the Giants look horrible. I think the Raiders looked a lot better than the Giants did.
Our schedule: Buccaneers, Falcons, Jaguars, Saints, Chargers.
Okay, so tell me how they can't win against the Jags.
We were supposed to beat the Carolina Panthers.
Don't
hit me with that. Everybody picked the Raiders to beat the Carolina Panthers. Did it happen?
I chose Carolina.
Well, okay.
Well, we'll see. We'll see what happens at the end of the season. But that's my thought right now. Field goal is good from Baltimore. Oh no, he missed it.
No way, Tuck missed it.
Yeah, he missed it. He missed it.
We're slightly behind on that, and we'll find out here in a second. Well, I think we're watching the red. No, I did switch it back to it.
He missed
Lamar
the
Jackson.
field goal.
Yeah, he's hot.
So we went from coaches to picks. So we haven't finished off. So we have Jacksonville. We've got the Giants. We got the Raiders saying that the Raiders aren't trading out, not doing anything. Who else do we have? Dub for the coaching tree, if you will.
Perhaps maybe the Tennessee Titans.
Okay.
No guarantee there.
And we know the Cowboys. We know the Cowboys.
He shanked it
for another coach.
Oh,
so
wow.
The question mark is, let's say for right now, because we don't know. Let's say for right now, the Titans don't do anything coaching wise. Who goes to the Cowboys?
That's tough. I don't know how that. I don't know who's out. I don't really honestly.
As in like player? Like who did the Cowboys pick?
Here's my
Belichick.
question.
No, we're talking about head coach.
Who's the
Belichick.
coach?
Here's
Belichick.
my
Who's their head
question.
coach?
Here's my
Belichick?
question.
Well,
Where does the hoodie fit in all this?
Belichick.
And that's the question mark that I have. That's why I'm asking the question. Who do the Cowboys take as their head coach?
If anything, if he does not extend McCarthy, I think it would have to be Belichick. That's
Okay.
just
That's the splash marketing play that Jerry Jones is known for making.
and that ain't even a splash.
Really.
But I'm just saying, I think it would be just be Belichick.
So there's a couple reasons why I don't know that Belichick is the right pick for the Cowboys, and I'll tell you, it's going to come up with Jerry Jones too.
Exactly.
First off, they don't have the defensive tackles and the defensive ends to run a 3-4 defense right now. So, are you telling me that that some way somehow Belichick is going to switch over to a 4-3?
That honestly can be fixed in an offseason. That's not something you need multiple years to be able to adjust to be.
JP, you are correct. However, you are also behind the 8 ball when it comes to trying to change that in the offseason, unless Jerry is actually going to friggin' spend some money. Because right now, you would have to totally change out your defense, your defensive line, and the way that they are playing if you're going to switch over to the 3-4.
I don't think Bill would obviously have a problem with that. I'm not
Saints
even
just scored.
Jerry would have a problem.
Touchdown New Orleans.
As long as they're putting up W's and possibly competing for Super Bowls.
Yeah.
Because Jerry has the entire
Marquez Valdez-Scantling with the touchdown for New Orleans.
On his neck right now because of the decisions that he's made.
He's a target.
So, I mean, he's the owner, he's the general manager. That's never going to change. But in order to get that off of him,
it's going to change. It's going to change when he dies. That's when it's going to change.
the devil always lives on somehow.
And the man is 80 years old. Now, my take on this is simple. My take is I think they're going to do a real coaching search this year. And in my humble opinion, I think that there are a couple of coaches that they're truly looking at. I think Dion is one of them.
Face mask. That's what I'm saying.
Unfortunately. But I think that you're also looking at a situation where you could really have Jerry come out, and we all know what kind of salesman he is. And it has been brought up multiple times that Jerry is infatuated with Ben Johnson. So we'll see what happens.
Ooh.
That's probably.
And I'm just telling you what I've read and what I've seen.
That should be the play that the Cowboys should go is for Ben Johnson. But I just think something the way your owner is, it just smells Bill Belichick. Because Ben Johnson is just too right.
Well, I think that Jerry is also savvy enough. My opinion, I think Jerry is savvy enough to say, all right, Ben, if I bring you in, or Bill, if I bring you in, who is going to be your offensive or your defensive coordinator? And I think that is going to be the sales pitch to the Dallas Cowboys. I think that Jerry understands enough now that he's got to bring somebody that is going to make sense for him as far as defensive coordinator, because he realizes his defense needs to be rebuilt inside from the inside out.
I don't disagree to that.
Does he though?
Yes, he does. He does. He's talked about it, and he's talked about how he's actually pleased with the way Mozzie Smith has been playing over the last couple of games because of what Zimmer was able to do with him as a defensive tackle. So, yes, I truly believe that there is a situation right now where Jerry is actually opening his eyes and understanding what needs to be done.
Oh, fumble. Uh-oh. I think the
Dog
Eagles
following
got
the
that.
rabbit.
No, is recovered by the fumbling player.
Okay.
I'm a little bit ahead of you. They've already said it's still their ball.
We know they're ahead of us. It's okay. We're slightly a little behind. That's what happens when you have a different type of streaming service and you're in different parts of the
Country.
country. Exactly. Okay. I'm okay for right now. Thank you.
So I'm just calling it the way I see it, and I
By
think
the
that this
way-
is still up in the air.
Kudos to Evan Ingram for defending his quarterback.
Oh,
Mhm.
in Jacksonville and Duval?
Yes.
Oh, that's the golden one rule. That's the
Yeah,
that's
as an offensive player, man, you gotta protect your quarterback. And if somebody goes headhunting on them, you got to go headhunting on them.
Prime example: Mike Evans in New Orleans. When he touched Jameis Winston's helmet, what did he do? He came right up in there.
Yeah, but what did Jameis Winston do?
Oh, he won't. Oh,
Yeah.
But anyway, protect your quarterback at all costs. It don't matter.
So, in talking about this, the question that the answer that I've not heard,
Tie game in New
and which
Orleans, 14-14.
I was trying to set you guys up to hear it, is where do y'all think? Because Robert Saleh is going to be a defensive coordinator somewhere or a head coach. I think, personal opinion, I think he's going back to be a defensive coordinator somewhere to prove his worth again.
So, well, there's one Niner fan that's not in the picture right now, but I'll ask one Niner fan: does he come back home? Well, he heard the question. He said yes.
Does Shanahan's ego allow it?
Ooh.
I don't think so. I don't think so. That's my opinion. I don't think so.
I definitely love that rebuttal right there. That was good.
I don't think so. I think that Saleh winds up being a defensive coordinator someplace else.
Do you think Robert Saleh? Well, he asked where would Robert Saleh go?
Gotta pee.
No. He's going back to San Francisco.
That's why I asked that question.
He's going to be at DC again, back to San Francisco for probably 1, maybe 2 more years.
As much as I would love for that to happen, again, will the ego of B Rabbit allow that? Will he swallow his pride? Will he swallow his pride and let that happen? Because here's the thing, and I'm going to ask this question again. Saleh was a DC. D'Amico Ryans was a DC. Steve Wilkes was a DC. All 3 DCs had 10-point leads in playoff games and blew it. What was the common denominator?
What was B Rabbit? So, but is it the defensive coordinator's fault or is it B Rabbit's?
Again, what was the common denominator? Who was the head coach in all 3 of those?
The question was, but did the defense perform, or was it B Rabbit that did not produce?
The defense performed in every one of those.
It's a mixture. It's a mixture of all. It's a mixture of everything. Because yes, coach is coach, but the players have to execute it. But if the coach is calling crappy plays, they have to take some heat for it. Because again, everything is a reflection of the head coach.
Of course.
Those two straight 12 men on the field in Green Bay, that's on you, Kyle. That is on you. So you're going to yell at somebody, yell at yourself. Because that's on you. That's on your watch.
Is it the defense or is it B Rabbit?
It's always been B Rabbit. Because
you know what?
The way he's managed the situation every one of those games.
Let me throw something to both of you that are 49er fans that are listening. Let me ask you both this question. When Robert Saleh was available because of his firing from the Jets, in my estimation, if you were going to bring him back as your defensive coordinator, wouldn't it have made sense to bring him back in some form or fashion to your team, knowing that the man was unemployed?
But here's the thing. Even if he was there, with this particular defense, it's the personnel. the personnel sucks. Devondre Campbell, get out now. I don't know why they signed him. Get out.
Well, Dub, and I'm not arguing that fact with you, but what I'm saying is, if you know that part of your problem is your defense, wouldn't it make sense? And this is just a very honest question. Wouldn't it make sense to bring him in as maybe a defense? You can't bring him in as a defensive coordinator, obviously, without firing your defensive coordinator. But you could have brought him in some way or some shape or form as a defensive guru, if you will, or
I'm not opposed to bringing him in as a consultant, just like they brought in Norv Turner to consult his son in Vegas. I'm not.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm not opposed to that. Don't hear what I'm saying. I'm not
No,
opposed to that at all.
I never said you were opposed to it. I never said you're opposed to it. What I'm saying is that if that's the situation, and anybody listening thought that he would be an option at defensive coordinator for next year, you think that you would bring him in as a consultant so that way he's already back with the organization?
Would I have done it? Absolutely. The very minute he got fired, I've been like, come home now.
Yeah,
well,
exactly.
Get on the jet.
He's in Wisconsin right now.
Yeah, he's in Wisconsin right now. So Matt LaFleur was very smart to bring him to the frozen tundra to be a consultant per se with the Packers.
Yeah, why is he an offensive consultant? That's what I don't understand.
Wait, he's an offensive consultant.
No, it's just it's to help scout for the defense to see what.
It's never out of the ordinary to have a defensive-minded person operate on the offensive side of the ball because
Talking about Robert Saleh, Mason.
You can aid the offense in exposing said holes in the defense.
Okay. And here's the thing, fellas. I agree with you guys. But the fact of the matter is, if you have that option and you have a defensive mind like Saleh is, it would have made a lot more sense that if you're going to bring him back eventually to the 49ers, it would have made a lot more sense to bring him in to the into the fold and have him there already helping out as a consultant if your idea was to bring him back as a defensive coordinator.
Although I do agree with you in that sense, I have to go back to what Deb just said. Kyle's ego.
Exactly.
To him, if they would have brought Robert Saleh back, that would have been an admission
he fucked up.
How is it an admission that he fucked up when Robert Saleh took a head coaching position? You cannot block a head coaching position from an NFL team standpoint.
No, that's understandable. What I'm saying is the admission that he needed him, first of all, and the fact that he basically threw him under the bus in that Super Bowl, like that's inexcusable. So when he back this up, like this season, it's like they have everything, their whole coaching staff and stuff in order. Can you bring him on? Sure, but that's just, you're not using him to the full potential that you should be using him in. So it's a waste of time and money at that point. So what Wisconsin did, what Green Bay did, LaFleur, he's coached with Kyle. He knows. Oh,
well,
shit.
And that is 100% true.
At least while I can. And now this coming off
Interception in Charlotte.
Up for a job. It's basically going to be the sweepstakes between Green Bay and San Francisco on who can keep Robert Saleh, who can get Robert Saleh.
Well, and the thing about it is, do you really think Green Bay is ready to fire their defensive coordinator in favor of Robert Saleh?
Yeah.
You think they are?
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have another special guest. He's awakened from his nap. Joining us, the big offensive lineman.
What's up, B?
Mr. Brian Sullivan. Welcome,
Well,
B.
what's up, man?
What's up, brother?
Salutations, gentlemen.
Hey, I miss your ass, bro.
I miss y'all too, man.
Now, you want to talk? Now, I'm about to go off on a tangent because JP just is about to unleash some passion out of me because he was talking about B Rabbit throwing Salah under the bus. Well, Kyle, let me throw you under the bus because it was your dumbass that decided not to run the football, but no, you want to make James Richard Garoppolo throw the ball in the fourth quarter when you had control of the game and you couldn't stop the Jets with Debo, you couldn't stop Raheem Mostert, but no, you wanted to throw it. Then,
Where did I come in at a good time?
then
Yeah,
you
you
couldn't
did.
even. Then you couldn't even score a touchdown in Green Bay, and the only reason why you won that game was because of special teams, because your quarterback couldn't throw the goddamn ball in the frozen Central Lambeau Field. Then, against the Rams in Inglewood, you decide, Debo Samuel, we're not gonna give him the ball for the remaining 12 minutes and 41 seconds of that game. Then we want to come down to this. Then we want to come down to this season. I told you, Kyle. Keep Isaac Yorindo and Jordan Mason engaged in the running game. Don't abuse Christian McCaffrey if McCaffrey decides to come back. But no, Kyle, what do? The best run of the day last week against Green Bay was a 16-yard run by who? Jordan Mason. Did you put him back in the game? Yeah, not until the fourth quarter when the game was decided. So you, Kyle, need to take a look in the mirror, or better yet, you have a daddy that's won 2 Super Bowls, that knows about clock management because he had the end of his career, John Elway, to manage the game. Why don't you call him and be like, Dad, what would you do in this situation? But what do I know? I'm just an aspiring broadcaster that works for the A7FL and am part of 4 podcasts. That's all.
And
That's
no
all.
football.
There
That
it is.
too.
There it is. Hey, Mr. Beard, did you do that one? Was that you that did that?
Passion, baby. Passion.
There it is.
And he missed it again. Tucker missed it again.
Again?
Boy, something is off the rocker with Justin Tucker.
Man, he missed it again. It wasn't even close.
All right, Mizzle, here's Mason's rebuttal. Ooh. Well, I mean, Mason, you're not wrong. You're not wrong on that.
Hey. I mean, rubbing it. I mean, hey, how much can they rub that in our face if you're a real sports fan to know what's going on?
Boy.
And clearly when you got video of Patrick Mahomes talking to the referee and stuff like that, I mean.
Oh, he wasn't talking to the referee. He was rubbing one out. I don't know what you're talking about. Talking to the referee is rubbing one out, man.
That's facts.
Yeah.
That's facts.
Yeah.
Look. Bottom line is, you had the referee come in from the sidelines talking about false start. But that was one referee that had it as false start. They went in and talked about it, and in reality, you can have like they did earlier today. You had a center that did they called him for a false start because what did he do? He did a snap infraction and didn't snap the ball. So that's a false start. Now, the ball was snapped. That's not a snap infraction. What winds up happening is the reason why the referee
taking a field goal.
The reason why the referee called it a snap or called it a hold on. The reason why the referee walked in talking about false start, he talked about the false start for one reason and one reason only, because he felt that it was a snap infraction. When in all actuality, he snapped the ball when he shouldn't have. Period. So yes, we can easily go either way with that. And that's why they got together and had that conversation. Now, do I agree with what was called? No, not necessarily. Do I agree that the Kansas City Chiefs always seem to get the calls in their favor? 1,000%.
That's true.
And it makes it look like the NFL is cheating for the NFL for our friends with
They're in bed with Vegas.
The Panthers are up 6 on the Buccaneers.
K is pissed.
So is Zeus. So is Zeus. He went into his Todd Bowles rant already.
Dub, read what the next you think.
Man, hey, somebody help me out. Is Hurts hurt?
No, I have no clue.
I don't know why.
Help me out on that. And the reason why, hold on. The reason why I'm asking that, I've never seen the man slide so much as a QB running the ball. Never.
Facts.
The man usually tries to shake and bake and get yardage. He just slid down with a defender close to him, and it doesn't make any damn good sense to me.
Yeah.
Now, I said earlier this year, and it is recorded, and you guys can go back and look at it on here, because I said it on our show. I said Kellen Moore is going to get Jalen Hurts hurt sometime this season.
Well, he's only 9 of
I believe
15
I heard
throwing the
that.
ball.
He's
9 of 15 throwing the ball for 104 yards and a touchdown, which again, the Ravens, who keep shooting themselves in the foot because all of a sudden Justin Tucker has become Ray Finkel.
A field goal to save his
misses today.
And guess
Damn,
what?
did you just call him Ray Finkel?
Wait.
Yes, I did.
Daniel,
I
That's
just called him
funny
Ray
as shit.
Finkel, yes.
Laces out.
Daniel
Yes,
Carlson
laces
missed
out.
3 field goals too, and he's normally automatic as well. That's
Maybe great for you, Mason, not for the rest of us.
The Patriots can kiss my whole
I'm
ass.
done with the fucking Patriots.
I'm
Fuck
glad
that
they
organization.
suck right now.
Yeah.
I'm happy.
So,
Just remember, folks, when Bill Belichick does not have a quarterback named Tom Brady, his record is 83-110. Don't at me.
That's
The encyclopedia speaks fast.
but
I can't-
my question,
no. I know.
hey, an honest question to the panel. If Bill Belichick is now hired as a head coach and he has got, and I'm going to go through the quarterbacks, okay? If he is hired in Jacksonville, he's got Sunshine.
Yes, he
If
does.
he's hired in Dallas, he's got Dak Prescott. If he's
Yes.
hired in, the only place that I don't think this man is going to go is I don't think he's going to go to the Giants because I don't think he wants to try to bring along another quarterback. So I don't think, even with the option of drafting Shador Sanders, I don't think he goes to the Giants. My question mark is,
You want to bet on
when
that,
it comes-
Mason?
huh?
You want to bet on that, Mason? Because he's got the itch. Because
Oh, he's coming back.
because
He's coming back, Mason. And if you want to put money on it, I got $100 on that right now.
I want him to come back because
I definitely know where you're going.
because the minute he goes coaching, I can watch Inside the NFL again. I cannot
Yes.
watch Inside the NFL with Belichick on the show. I can't do it.
What if Belichick goes to the Jets?
You mean the
He
team?
already,
You mean the
the
team
team
he
he already
dumped?
shunned?
That's
mean
what
the
I was
team he
saying.
dumped
That's
for the
what I said.
Patriots?
That would be,
The
I know
team
what
he
he's doing.
dumped for New
I know
England?
why he asked that question. I know why. I know where that question was coming
Fulfilling
from.
a former promise.
Yeah, I don't
He
know.
ain't going to the
I
Jets.
think that bridge is just
Pierre, what's happening, Pierre?
Oh, what's up, Pierre?
What's happening, sir? What's happening? I think that bridge is already broken.
You think so?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to the Jets. I think even
Exactly,
with
Mason.
where the Jets
Great
where the Jets
analogy,
are,
Mason. Great
where the
analogy.
Jets where the Jets could be drafting. I don't think he's going to the Jets.
So that means they will have to find the vet. Aaron Rodgers is gone.
Yeah, no, we know that.
And where is he going?
I don't know. But I believe
Hopefully,
he's
to a
gone.
retirement home.
In my humble opinion, Aaron Rodgers, if he is no longer a Jet, he is going to be a backup quarterback somewhere next year.
I don't see that. I'll never see that happen.
Might as well retire.
He'll retire before he lets that happen.
Oh, yeah, he'll
Yeah,
retire. He'll retire.
And it all comes down, you know what it comes down to? Money. if somebody is willing to pay him money as a backup, that's where he's going.
Yeah, Carolina.
No.
No way
There
in
you go.
hell.
Aaron Rodgers to Carolina. There it
that
is.
big
Hot off
ego
the
of his
presses.
will not allow him to be a backup quarterback.
He is not going to.
Oh, his pride. His pride will not allow it. His pride will not show it.
No, he'll fucking retire before he becomes a backup quarterback.
Which, by the
I'm
way,
just telling you. I don't think Aaron Rodgers is going to go out. What you guys are saying with the way the Jets are looking this year, I think that Aaron Rodgers has the possibility of becoming a backup somewhere with a team that he feels has a shot. So here's an oh shit moment. Here's an oh shit moment for all of you. I would not put it past the San Francisco 49ers picking him up as a quarterback, as a backup to Purdy.
If he goes as a backup quarterback somewhere, the only reason why he's doing it because he already has the plan to Tanya Harding one of these motherfuckers, so he can take the starting job and take over from there. That's the only way he signs up as a goddamn backup. Other than that, there is no way. On God's earth,
So JP. Wait, hold on, JP. So you're saying there's a chance?
There we go.
So you're saying there's a chance?
There we go.
That's the only logical way that makes sense. He's going to pay somebody on somebody else's defense to go ahead and just
be Bucky.
And he's
So you're saying there's a chance. Got you.
There's no way other than that. And as outlandish as that sounds, that's literally the only way that he's taking a backup job. There's no way that his pride and his ego or anything like that, there's no way that he's going to be retiring as a backup quarterback.
No, I agree with that.
He's going to end, if he can't find anywhere else to be a starter, he's going to hang him up, and that's it.
Well, time. Hey, the great thing about us being on here and being procrastinate or being the people that we are. The great thing about this is time will tell exactly what happens.
100%.
That's the great thing about this. Now, the thing about it is,
he can go be the quarterback for the Giants. That's about it.
Well, but here's the situation that you guys aren't thinking about. Here's the situation. He could go be the quarterback for the Giants. Hold on. He could go be the quarterback for the Giants as they bring along Shedeur Sanders as their starter. He could go be the starter for them for 2 years and get Shedeur Sanders ready to play in the NFL.
Oh yeah, like Aaron Rodgers is going to help Shedeur Sanders get in.
You already said he didn't want to mentor
Jordan Love.
Aaron Rodgers is going to teach somebody.
Yes. He said he would do that with Jordan Love.
Oh no.
And the only
If
reason
he
why you
wants to
saw him
stay-
talking to Zach Wilson is because Hard Knocks was there and there was cameras.
Hell no.
If he wants to stay in the NFL and he wants to stay relevant, yes, he could possibly take that position.
Might as well hang him up. If he goes that route, it's going to tarnish his legacy even more. Just hang him up. Be done with it. Your career.
Now, would I argue? Hold on. Would I argue that fact with you? Not at all. I agree with you 100%. But I think that if there's a possibility for him to do something, that's the possibility.
That's a slight, negative 1% chance.
Oh, nice catch by Mark Andrews.
Happens.
Yeah.
It is still 14-12.
JP. Ooh, where are we going now? Okay. Now, here's the thing. When you start to think about this and you start to think about it as what we have right now, the other thing that nobody – hold on, that nobody is talking about. Nobody's talking about. Where's Pittsburgh going with the quarterback?
Now that's a very interesting question. Very. Because neither one of those quarterbacks I don't think are going to be there.
No, neither quarterback is under contract next year.
Ooh.
So
they might bring back Russ.
okay, but here's the situation. Do you bring him back? There's going to be a lot of decisions made in this offseason. a lot of decisions that every one of us may not agree with.
I
But
really
here's the
depends on how the
situation.
Steelers finish.
What do you say?
Go ahead, Dub.
What was that, Doug?
The McDonald's Wi-Fi kicked in? He's frozen?
No, I'm just saying. I really think it comes down to how the Steelers finish the season.
I already think Russ kind of earned the contract.
Well, you would think that if he earned a contract, they would have already signed him. Nothing stops them from signing him right now.
But
Nothing.
I agree with what Dub just said, though.
Well, what if they signed him right now and then he sucked the rest of the
I
season?
say that's stupid right now. I wouldn't do it, but I'm just saying I think in the even though I was out of bounds, that was a hell of a catch.
First and goal, Tampa Bay at the 5.
I'm just saying his play right now slightly has earned him a contract.
At least a 2-year.
I was thinking the same thing,
At least.
but I wouldn't do it right now. Hell no.
No.
Definitely wouldn't do it right now.
You wait till the final results of the season to be able to put a defense right there.
And then you can kind of figure out what you want to really do with him. As a
Breaking news!
he has a deal.
Taysom Hill has been carted off against the Rams.
Oh, the deer has made an appearance.
So when we go back and we look at all this, and we look at where some of these teams are going
Touchdown,
to be
Tampa Bay,
drafting,
Bucky Irving.
when we look at where some of these teams are going to be drafting, we have to look at this more realistically. And I don't think we're looking at it more realistically than what we're talking about. Now, here's a couple of things to think about. While you guys are saying Russ, you've got to look at who is the better quarterback in the cold, Russ or Rodgers?
Rodgers.
Who's got the better arm, Russ or Rodgers?
Oh, Rodgers by far.
Okay, so who is going to make more sense for the Steelers if you know that both of your quarterbacks are not under contract and Rodgers is available?
You think they're going to take Rodgers in Pittsburgh?
I think it is a possibility. That's all I'm saying.
Tomlin want to get fired?
Why would Tomlin want to get fired when look, what is the difference? Hold on. What is the difference between the Steelers and the Giants or the Jets right now? What's the difference?
Pittsburgh actually is winning games.
Well, it's not just winning games, it's also their offensive line.
Okay, so what are we comparing then?
Well, when you consider the fact that the Jets don't have an offensive line and the Steelers do, you have to, as a coach, you have to take that analysis and look at who is going to be the better quarterback for your team as an overall if Rodgers is available to sign and you have a choice between Rodgers, Russ, and you have a chance to also sign why can't I think of his name right now? Fields.
2 minutes to go in New Orleans. 2 minutes to go. 21-14 in favor of the Rams.
Let's say
And the
Aaron
Saints have the
Rodgers
ball on the
goes
Rams'
there.
13-yard line.
Realistically, how long do you think Aaron Rodgers is going to be in Pittsburgh?
Not that long.
It doesn't matter. The fact of the matter is him and Russell are not the longevity. Hold on. The longevity for both of these teams will depend on what happens in the offseason. Now, what happens is you've got to look at the Steelers and say, are they going to draft a quarterback or are the Jets going to draft a quarterback and who are they drafting? Because you guys have already said it. Aaron Rodgers does not want to be a backup. So where can he go to be a starter? Right now, the Steelers would be the best choice.
I said the Giants.
That's under the assumption that they don't re-sign Russ at the end of the year.
I said the Giants.
100%. And the fact of the matter is that is going to be something that I think that they're going to take a look at. They have to, especially if Rodgers is no longer with the Jets.
I don't understand why people are thinking that Aaron Rodgers is still like that.
Fourth down in New Orleans.
No team should be looking at Aaron
Fourth
Rodgers.
and 3.
You know what? We need to get that guy right now. We need to. No, he's too old. He
Timeout
doesn't
Rams.
have it anymore. He's done. He needs to retire. The rest of the league needs to stop feeding into this false narrative that he still has it. He's done. He needs to go. There is no discussion of, let's
and
Aaron Rodgers. For what?
and
To
look,
just have another headache in your publicity, to have another PR,
Josh,
another
JP, I'm not arguing that fact with you. What I'm arguing with you right now is perception. And perception in the NFL is much different than reality. We can all agree on that. The fact of the matter is, teams sign players because of what they've done in this league. They don't always sign players for what their potential is.
But what the
We
hell
know
has
that.
Aaron Rodgers done lately that would make you want to sign him right now? Enlighten me on that. These last 2 years, what the fuck is Aaron Rodgers? 2-3 years. What has Aaron Rodgers done to deserve any fucking respect? None.
You're gonna have to go off of the last 3 years because last year he was injured. So they're not going to look at that. What they're going to look at is his overall and what his potential is to bring to the team as far as them having, because I guarantee you, Pittsburgh is going to draft a quarterback in this draft. In this draft coming up, they're going to draft a quarterback.
Rams defense holds on fourth down.
You're going to draft a quarterback. Why would you get a quarterback who's not going to help you develop the guy you drafted? Why would you get somebody for your draft pick to learn under who's an egotistical prick? Him? He has no interest in helping anybody get there. So why the fuck would we have any assumption that you would draft a quarterback assuming that Rodgers is going to help you develop it?
Why?
Never gonna happen.
Here, I'll tell you. You asked the question. I'll tell you why. The reason being is just like any other team, just like any other coach is going to say, I can change him.
Oh, Jesus.
Why do other see, and you guys don't look at it like in a situation. Why does any team take another team's trash and say he's going to be a player on that squad?
He's broken all these women's hearts, but I can change him. That's what that's.
Oh yeah,
right.
That's exactly what it is.
This is so. We really. That's what's gonna. If that really what happened, then whoever does it, I hope Pittsburgh does crumble. I hope Mike Tomlin does lose his job.
Well, here I'll go deeper. I'll go deeper than that with you. Why do you have players like? Let me think of this because there's been players like the kid that used to play for the Cleveland Browns at wide receiver that was kicked out of the league 3 times because of drug problems. Josh Gordon. Why was he picked up 3 different times for 3 different teams saying, "Oh, we could change him. He's a talent." That's because of that's what the NFL does. That is their MO. That is always going to be their MO. You have coaches out there that strongly feel that they can change a player, that they can, this player is going to come to my team and do what I'm telling him to do. That's the bottom line.
And Belichick had him, and Belichick didn't even do it. No, I'm just saying, Belichick had him in New England, and it didn't work out.
At what point do you keep repeating the same action, expecting the same result?
Because stupid does.
Yes. And do we forget that who else went there? And AB, when he was friggin' a cancer to every other team, but yet the Patriots picked him up because they felt he could be a difference maker. Why? Because of the player that he is. The fact of the matter is, you're always going to have those coaches that feel that they can change a player, that player is going to do different under them than they've done against other teams. And that is always going to be the crux. And the same thing goes for GMs. GMs will rather go with an established coach than always going with a coach that they feel or they think it can be a difference maker. They bring in coaches that have been around for a long time. Why? They bring them in because they feel that they can be a difference maker for their squad.
Yeah, but coaching is different than the actual player.
Is it?
The idea
is it different?
Change this player. They can do that all they want, and they deserve to lose like they always do. They always want to sit here and want to change the player, change the coach, change whatever that's going on. They have that ego, thinking that they can do that, and
Well, of course,
ends up as a failure.
that is always touchdown Eagles. But that's look, JP, that's always going to be the case. The case of this is always going to be the fact of they're going to sacrifice the future for the now, because every coach is what? Every coach is on their last contract or their last year of their contract, depending on what have you done for me lately. That's just the way it is. Whether any of us like it or not, that's why tell me something. Why do we have a offensive coordinator like why can't I think of the offensive coordinator that was for Kansas City that never got an offensive or a head coach in Eric Bieniemy? Why did he never get an opportunity to coach in the NFL? Why? Why is he?
You know what? He should have Saquon is a fucking beast.
Saquon is special.
Saquon is special if he can stay healthy. But bottom line, why do you have a player like Bieniemy? I mean, a coach like Bieniemy that has not gotten the opportunity to be a head coach in the NFL, knowing what he brings, knowing what he can do.
We're basically arguing on why teams are stupid and making dumb decisions.
Because they're stupid.
Exactly. And because everything in them tells them something different, and they feel that they can do different things with the players that other teams have thrown away or other coaches don't feel are good enough anymore. That's the way it's always been. Why are you going to have Cliff Kingsbury be another head coach when he shit the bed in Arizona? Why? He's going to get another opportunity being a head coach. I guarantee it.
But I'll tell you this.
And that organization deserves to lose.
The reason why Bieniemy won't be a head coach is because of what's been said about his coaching style. Dub, and you can back me up on this, because he coaches his players too hard.
That's what I want out of a head coach. If you were a GM, if you were a GM in this league right now, and you're not going to take a coach because they coach teams too hard, then you don't deserve an opportunity at being a GM, period.
But Chris, who runs the NFL? The players. So if the players are complaining about a coach.
No, the players do not run the. I hate to break it to you, Miz, but the players do not run the NFL. The owners run the NFL. Well, okay. And if the owners feel that a coach is being too hard on players, that's the reason why they won't bring them in.
They listen to their players.
And that owner deserves to fail. I agree.
Jed York.
Because growing up, when we watched football, it was two-a-days and hard fucking hitting.
Not no more.
We don't get that. We don't have that no more.
Yeah, look what the NFL.
And that's why you're softer than Charmin.
Yes, and that's why you have NFL teams that are soft as shit, and you have the teams that go out and hit will continue to win games because you have players that want to go to a team where it makes more sense in their eyes to have it easy, and you're not going to win that way.
No,
because my team was crying about Jim Harbaugh in 2014 because he was practicing us too hard, and then that's when y'all went to crap for the next 4 years.
Look, I'll put it to you this way. Look at the teams that have been successful. Look at the teams that have been successful in the last 10 years in the NFL. And all the head coaches in the NFL that have been successful in the last 10 years, they go hard in practice. Period.
Dan Campbell.
The teams that are soft as Charmin are the ones that don't go hard.
B-Rabbit. B-Rabbit.
Exactly. Or if you want to look at it, you can look at what Sirianni has done with his team in the last year, in the last 2 years.
Yeah.
and he has been what I would consider shit in the last 2 years. Last year they looked like crap going into the playoffs.
Correct.
This year they look good because of Barkley, but what's Barkley going to be if he gets hurt? What's Barkley or what's Philly going to be? Because in this game that we are watching right now, if it wasn't for Barkley, they wouldn't be up 21-12.
Well, if Justin Tucker makes his field goals, it's a different game.
Well, if he made 2 field goals, we're talking about 6 points. It'd be 19-21 right now.
Yeah.
2 field goals and an extra point.
Correct. That's correcto.
It's honestly been a shitty week for the kickers, honestly, if you want to be technical.
Yes, it has.
The kickers have not been on point at all. And I'm like, hey, I can go to my team. Daniel Carlson missed 3 field goals that he's going to be automatic at.
I will never for the life of me understand how you can suck at a job that in practice that is the only fucking thing you do. You are the only kicker or punter or long snapper. There's only one of you on the depth chart. There's no backups. Because that's all you do is kick the ball. That's it. If you can't make 30-yarders, you don't deserve to be an NFL kicker. 50-yarders, I get it. Those are tough. 40-yarders, all right, we're going to have to start having a conversation. But if you're missing, if you're missing anything 30 yards and below,
Real quick,
you don't deserve to have a job. That's all you do in practice. You don't get hit. The most you do is run sprints and do conditioning, and then you go off to the side
100% Doogie.
and kick field goals. Most people are so bored because that's all you do is you create games out of it. I've seen the YouTube videos. I've seen the TikToks of kickers in practice, spinning the ball, doing all these types of tricks. If you put more effort into actually making the fucking ball, as you do in the damn ball, you would be talking about these guys missing still being able to keep the job.
Look, bottom line.
Oh, the Eagles just dropped an interception.
Yep. Bottom line is when you start to pick apart
That was fourth down.
when you start to pick apart NFL teams, the bottom line is something that is so simple it's almost funny to me. And the funny part of it is you have teams that are stuck in what they want to do. When you're stuck in what you want to do, this is a problem that you have with head coaches in the NFL today.
That's why he plays defense. Yeah.
Huh?
Oh, no.
It's just
Yeah.
it's the most logical things that you can do.
3rd and 1 for Tampa at the 1-yard line.
You said turnover for Tampa at the 1-yard line?
No, 3rd and 1 for Tampa.
Third and one for Tampa.
And I really want to know, why is Rashard White running the ball and not Bucky Irving?
Is he hurt?
No, Bucky's been cooking.
See, here's the way stuff starts to break down. When you start to look at these teams and you start to look at what they're going to do next season, the bottom line is we can all say and agree on one thing. How's it going to start? It's going to start from the coach, because some of these teams are going to get rid of their coaches and they're going to go in a different direction.
Yes.
We can all agree with that. We know what's going to come with some of these teams. Others we're going to question. What are they going to do? So what it's going to come down to is draft. So we can sit here and talk about this shit all we want. The bottom line is, until we start to see what's going on in the draft, until we start to see the way these teams start to fill out, everything we're talking about right now is going to change come the off season.
Yeah. I just hope we find the right offensive coordinator. I think we're going to lose Patrick Graham. So I hope that we can find the right DC to go in. But it's going to be interesting. This offseason is going to be mighty interesting to see where the puzzles are going to fall.
Well, the pieces of the puzzle aren't going to fall until we start to get deep into the offseason. And the fact of the matter is, I think you're also going to see trades happen. I also think that the offseason in the free agency market is going to decide what happens next season for a lot of these
Comes the
teams.
tush push.
And I think it depends. Well, they already tried the tush push once, and Jalen Hurts didn't get the first down. The fact of the matter is, when you start to break all this stuff down and you start to break these teams down and their needs down, it really depends on a couple of things. Ooh, did he get it? Nope, he's short. Fourth down. So
Oh yeah.
bottom line, when you start to look at these teams, what is Washington going to be next season? Are the Cowboys going to be? What is Philly going to be? What are the 49ers going to be? What are the Jacksonville Jags going to be?
Did you let Mike McCarthy go, bro?
100%. 100%. He's gone.
Who do you want as your head coach?
If I had my choice, I am interviewing Ben Johnson. I want to see who he's going to be able to get as defensive coordinator. And if Robert Saleh is interested, then I'm hiring Ben Johnson. I'm hiring Robert Saleh without a question mark. Now, if we're doing an honest interview, I'm also going to interview Bill Belichick. I want to know what Bill Belichick wants as a head coach. I want to know where he's going and what his thoughts are on the situation. I want to know all of that.
What's the vision?
Because you also got to tell me, as Bill Belichick, you got to tell me, who are you hiring as your defensive coordinator? If you're coming with, what's the dude that was the Lions head coach? That was his defensive coordinator?
Matt Patricia?
Yeah. We're not even having that discussion. I'm going elsewhere.
I do like Matt Patricia.
You got to come better than that with me.
As a coordinator, not a head coach. As a coordinator.
But who's his offensive coordinator? What are you showing me? What are you showing me knowing that you have pieces in Dallas to actually go someplace? You have pieces that could actually be good, and you can actually draft or sign a number 2 wide receiver. Where are we going with this? I need to know. I want to have an understanding of all that.
I need to know.
No, he got the first down.
Tell him, because he needs to know.
The fact of the matter is, what it all comes down to is what is Jerry's vision? And I really think that Jerry is not the deciding factor in this anymore. I really think that Stephen Jones has a big piece to play on this now.
What's Jerry thinking?
What is Jerry thinking?
What's going to bring him the most money?
Well, who's going to bring him up? Bill Belichick.
Bill Belichick. That's going to bring him the most money.
Money.
Whatever's going to bring him more cash into upping that value of the Dallas Cowboys, that's what he's going to do.
Well, if you're going to go off of what's going to bring him the most money, I think he just fumbled the ball. I think what's going to bring the Cowboys the most money is offensive play. So I really don't know that Big Bill Belichick is the answer for Jerry Jones in this.
Whether it's the answer or not, that's going to bring him the most money. That's going to bring him the most money.
No, it's not. No, it's not. If you look at what people are saying online with the Cowboys, Bill Belichick is not even in the top 5.
Are these the logical thinkers or the ones that are actually
These are the logical fans that are talking about which way this can go. These are the logical fans that are talking about who they would like to see as their offensive coordinator and who they'd like to see as their defensive coordinator, along with being their head coach. So these are the people that are logically thinking about the situation in Dallas.
You're right, and those logical thinking, here's why they're wrong. It's because they're thinking logically. Do you forget who Jerry Jones is?
Dude, I've been a Cowboys fan since '78. Do you really think I've forgotten who Jerry Jones is or how he thinks?
He's thinking about the money. He's thinking about what's going to bring more money.
Belichick, period. He can't think about it. You're
Belichick is
about one direction only.
What he's going to go with.
Is worth what? Bill Belichick is worth what? If you bring Bill Belichick in and he shits the bed, Jerry Jones is going to look like shit. He's thinking about that.
Oh, he doesn't already?
Well,
Wait a minute. Oh, he doesn't already look like shit? I thought that was the case the last decade. He's just now looking like shit? He's at a point right now. Yeah, everyone is on his neck, but he's still gonna make the splash play. Bill Belichick's the more quote unquote proven coach in this entire situation. He's the bigger name that's gonna bring in the most views, which in this day and age, views equals money.
Okay.
The eyes you can get on the situation, the more money you are going to receive in that situation. Bill Belichick is the biggest name and will draw the biggest attention out of all the coaching options. Whether it makes sense, whether it's good for the team, whether it's relevant to what your situation is at all. At the end of the day, Jerry Jones is going to look at it and go, what's going to bring me the most? And at the top, he's going to bring me the best chance of winning because he's a proven head coach. At least I can use that logic to explain why I picked it. Not because you're not going to tell your fans, oh, I picked it to bring in the most views. He's going
And I will disagree with you because I also think that Jerry Jones, while I agree with you that Jerry Jones will look at things as far as money is concerned, I truly think that Jerry Jones thought highly of Mike McCarthy at one point in time, and they were 12-5 over the last 3 seasons. But I also think that Jerry Jones understands football well enough to understand that he needs to put a team together that is going to go deep into the playoffs. And this thing of Bill Belichick is going to be one of those situations where he definitely interviews him and he definitely has a conversation with him. But I also think that he is going to listen to the people that he puts credence in, which is a Jimmy Johnson, which is some of the other people that surround Jerry Jones and gives him some information that he's looking at. So I disagree with the fact that Bill Belichick is his only choice. I disagree with that wholeheartedly.
It's not his only choice. No.
You think it's his best?
It's not even about being the best choice, the only choice.
Oh, it's going to be this year because Jerry would, if Jerry decides to do what you're talking about, Jerry would then admit to the fact that all he's after is money. Simple as that.
I think that's what he's been doing this whole time that he's over that organization.
I don't think so. I think Jerry is actually looking to who's going to take this team over the top and who is his best option to take this team deep into the playoffs and possibly get to a championship game.
Him getting an extension wouldn't even exist if that was the actual case.
We're talking about
Mike McCarthy being even in the running for being the head coach of the Dallas Cowboys in the future shouldn't even be in the conversation, but it is. That's how I know. The fact that they're looking at him to get an extension is beyond telling of that it's not about the product on the field, it's about the money in the bank account. And that's good.
JP, the whole thing of Jerry.
I didn't
Period. He's going to say what he can to make it relevant, especially in a down season like this. So it's not an extension to me, not a surprise to me for him to say, "Oh well, I don't think that extending Mike McCarthy is out of reach, or we shouldn't do that." He's going to say that to keep people like you and I talking about the Cowboys. Period.
Cowboys relevant. So you're basically saying he's going to do whatever it takes to keep the Cowboys relevant?
No, he's not going to do whatever it takes to keep them relevant. What he's going to do is what it takes to win games in the offseason. And what he's going to be looking at right now is he's going to look at redoing Dak's deal, redoing CD's deal so he could free up money. He's going to look at free agency. He's going to look at Micah Parsons. He's going to look at a lot of things come this offseason. And in my humble estimation, he's going to talk to everybody that he can about moving forward with a coach that can do something for the Cowboys, period.
Touchdown, Adam Thielen, touchdown, Panthers.
This offseason is going to be different from what we have seen within the Cowboys off seasons in the past.
What makes you think Dak or CD is going to want to restructure?
Dude, it's not even a matter of whether or not they want to restructure. It's written into every contract that these guys sign. They don't have to agree to restructure.
No player has the option to restructure their contract.
You can restructure a contract because all you're doing is you're pushing monies into the future and you're making a signing bonus for them to free up money under the cap. Every team does it.
Agreement on that. There has to be
What's that?
of both parties on that.
No, it doesn't. Dude, they've done it in the past. Every team has it in their contracts. Look it up, man. This isn't something that I'm speculating on. This is something that is written into every contract in the NFL.
That they're going to just restructure their shit whether they want to or not.
Yes, that's why they do voidable seasons within players' contracts when they sign them.
Well, they're about to be fucking a lot of players. I don't know if a lot of people are going to be happy about that. How
are they fucking anybody? They're getting their money.
Well, if they're getting their money, but then if Dak ends up fucking up this year, who's to think that he's going to get the rest of his money? If they don't trade him or if they don't cut him, whatever it is that they end up doing.
Dak has a no-trade clause in his contract. He can't be traded. So that's one piece that goes against what you're talking about. Then when it comes to CeeDee Lamb, the whole purpose of signing contracts like this and guaranteed money is so that way teams can create cap space by doing exactly what I'm talking about. No team in the NFL is going to sign a contract that's ironclad for any one player. So that way they can't restructure. Everybody can restructure contracts. That's the way they write them up. The guys still get their money. They just do it as a signing bonus, which they can then use over the life of the contract rather than having to do it into 1 year. So you push the money down, you push the money into future years. Every team does that. Your 49ers did that.
Contract.
What's that?
So then what was the issue with Trent Williams' recontract or restructuring?
Who? Trent Williams had to sign a new deal before they could do anything.
Trent wanted more guaranteed money. That was the whole.
Exactly. It had nothing to do with restructuring.
The gritty.
I thought they had already had him to a long-term deal. They were trying to restructure it to go.
No, they hadn't signed him. His contract was over.
He ran out of guaranteed money. He wanted more guaranteed money. That was the issue with Trent Williams.
Period.
That's not about re-signing a new deal.
That's not restructuring a deal. He wanted a new deal.
To restructure the current deal to where he got more guaranteed money.
For a player to get more money under a restructure, you have to have him on a new contract first. You can't restructure an old deal. What I'm saying by that isn't that I'm saying like 1 or 2 years. What I'm saying is if in Trent Williams' case, he was on, and Dub, correct me if I'm wrong, he was on the last year of his contract. You can't restructure on the last year. There is no future years for you to push it down to.
I didn't know. That's something I didn't know about. I thought you could always do a deal.
Because I thought they had given him like a 5-6 year deal about 2 years.
No, he now signed a 5-year deal, if I'm not mistaken, with the 49ers. And then they can restructure his deal and pay him more upfront money. And that's what a lot of teams do to free up cap space. Yeah. So if you're counting if you're counting 60 million under a contract, under well, let's go lower than that. If you count 24 million on the contract right now under the salary cap, what I can do is then turn that money into signing bonus and spread it out over the remainder of your contract. And that's what teams do.
Yep.
When they have a young player, they sign him for 5 years. Then they say, okay, we're going to restructure your deal. We're going to make your last year, we're going to turn that into a signing bonus because we need more cap space. The only way for us to do so is to turn around and say, the only way for us to do so is to then turn your monies into a signing bonus and spread it out over the life of the contract. If you're on your last year, I can't do that.
Okay, so when Trent Williams first got there in 2021, he signed a 6-year, $138 million contract extension, which was $55.10 million guaranteed and a signing bonus of $30.10.
So he is still in his contract.
No, he finalized.
Still in his contract?
No. Listen, he finalized a new deal on September the 3rd, which voided the one he signed in 2021. Because this 3-year deal that he signed for $82.6 million was $48 million fully guaranteed and a signing bonus of $25.69 million. So basically, what he wanted, in a sense, was a fully guaranteed contract per se.
Yeah, the only way to do a fully guaranteed contract would be to re-sign him, and then you can turn any of his future years into signing bonus. Dallas has done that. Dallas did that with Smith when he was still with the Cowboys. They've done it with multiple offensive linemen. They've done it with defensive linemen left and right. They've done it with all kinds. And the thing about it is, teams do this with players all the time. This is nothing new. This is not something where you could turn around and say, oh, well, they're doing this as a first. No, they do this all the damn time. So the fact of the matter is, to bring in a player and to lower their cap hit, the easiest way to do that is to turn some of their contract into signing bonus, and that way it frees up cap space for teams to sign other players. Every team does that. It's part of every contract. It's what you can look up online. It'll tell you. Just because a player signs a 8-year contract, they can then Kansas City just did that with Mahomes in this offseason to free up money under the contract.
But for me, it was just I'm trying to process the fact that the players don't have a choice in the matter of them restructuring.
Why would? But here's a question mark. Here's a question mark. If I'm signing a contract for 5 years, $60 million a year, and you're going to turn around and my cap hit is $40 million to you as a team over those 5 years, what's it going to hurt me by getting my money early? What's that going to hurt? I'm still getting my money. I'm still getting paid.
Yeah.
So why would I have to agree to do that?
I'm not saying that it's okay. I'm just wondering if it's like, oh, hey, are you cool with this happening, or hey, we're just telling you, hey, this is happening.
They just tell them this is what we're doing. We're gonna cut you a check for $24 million right now as a signing bonus, and we could spread that out over the life of your contract, which is 5 years. Why wouldn't I?
Makes sense.
Definitely makes sense. Yeah.
And that's how teams in this day and age circumvent the salary cap. They've done it for the past 15 years. This is nothing new.
Able to fucking hold all this shit together.
I mean, if you want to be real technical about it, you could look at any team in the NFL And I'll use the Rams as a perfect example. How in the hell did the Rams win the Super Bowl and then turn around and still sign all those players? They did it because they turned a lot of those players' salary cap number into signing bonus that they could spread out over the years that they had left and then sign other players with that money.
Yep.
That's all they did.
I like it.
By the way, the Ravens just scored to make it 24-19 with 3 seconds left. The Eagles will go to
game's over.
10-2. The Panthers and Buccaneers are in overtime in Charlotte, North Carolina. Chase McLaughlin kicked a 51-yard field goal to tie it. So we got free football in Charlotte, North Carolina.
And I'll be switching to that game as soon as this game's over. But bottom line, that's what all NFL teams do, and that's how they continue to win. And that's how they circumvent the whole situation with the salary cap. What they've done for years and years and years, and that's what they'll continue to do. Game's over. Philly won. Fuck you, Philly. But anyway, going into this, that's the way. And so when I talk about that, that's why I say the Cowboys can create almost $110 million in salary cap space by making 3 moves. They can re-sign, or they could turn Dak Prescott's salary cap hit into bonus, free up $40 million from him. They could do the same thing with CeeDee Lamb, free up almost $80 million just from that. And then with some of the players that they're not going to re-sign, and some of the players that they could cut, could turn it into $110 million this offseason. And that's how teams go from worst to first, is by doing exactly that.
Yep.
Your 49ers, I'll use them as a perfect example. How do you think they were able to sign CMC? Do you really think they had the cap space to do it? No, they re-signed players, and then they took that money and they turned it into signing bonus, and then they re-signed a player went out and got a running back that they traded for and re-signed him and did the exact same shit with him.
Kyle Juszczyk.
Yep.
Him too. And if you want to go that deep, I'll even use George Kittle. Same thing.
Facts.
So it doesn't matter how you slice it. It's not even a question of asking the player, hey, do you mind if we do this? Who in the hell is going to say no to getting $40 million checks that can be spread out over the multiple years that they're there with the team?
Yeah.
And that's how teams afford players left and right. How do you think Philly afforded 2 wide receivers that they have, the running back that they have, and the quarterback that they have? By doing the exact same shit.
Yes. Yep. No disagreement from this guy.
And what happens is you have teams that do this on a regular, and then they have to pay for it eventually. But if they're smart, they know that the NFL salary cap is going to go up, so they push it into seasons where they're going to have the biggest bump in pay as far as the salary cap is concerned, and then they take a bigger hit. Simple as that.
True.
I hope the Panthers win.
Man, I hope the Bucks win because I picked them to win, fuckers.
Well, someone's going to have to keep us posted because Red Zone's about to go off the air, and
I'm sitting here watching the game.
So I don't have Manly Sunday ticket.
Well, actually, funny enough, you don't need Manly ticket or Red Zone or anything or NFL ticket. All you need is IPTV, like Mizzle's got.
Yes.
Hey, shush. Don't leave that over the air. Don't even tell them that.
I got good cable.
Just say it's the advanced cable package.
$78 a year. That's all it'll cost you, and you can watch every game.
Yep. Got a smooth stream going right now. Oh gosh. Nope. He's over there.
Well, just to recap the early games before we call this an evening.
Yes, sir.
Oh, we're calling it an evening already? I'm just having fun.
I just explained the salary cap.
Well, some of us have some obligations to uphold, and that's why we're ending almost 2 hours into this. But Colts beat the Patriots 25-24. Steelers beat the Bengals 44-38. Kirk Cousins was in a very giving mood, giving the Chargers 4 interceptions.
Damn good giving mood.
And the Chargers get the win 17-13 over the Falcons. The Seahawks found a way to beat the Jets after giving the Jets a 14-0 lead. Seahawks get the win 26-21. The Texans, despite knocking out Sunshine, do get the win 23-20 over the Jaguars in Duval. The Cardinals did everything to keep the Vikings in the game, and the Vikings eventually stole it as the Vikings get the 1-point win 23-22. And the Vikings, along with the Packers and along with the Lions, all over 10 wins in the NFL. So the NFC North with 3 teams with 10 wins or more this season in the NFL. The Commanders get a get-right game against the Titans. They get their 8th win of the year, and 40-burger at that, 42-19 over the Tennessee Titans. And the Rams hold on to get the win over the Saints by a final score of 21-14. Which means right now the Seahawks holding a 1-game lead over the Cardinals and the Rams.
And for those of you that are not watching, the Buccaneers are setting up for a 56-yard field goal. And he missed it. 55-yard attempt is no good. Carolina still has a chance.
And hello, buddy. How are you?
Fuck you, Baker.
Oh, there goes that Oklahoma passion. Real quickly, before we really get out of here, hold on, folks.
Wow, what a bad kick that is. Bad kick.
No, come on.
Even their coach is like, what the hell just happened?
Yeah, well, we're not going to see.
All right, so
the ring of death.
here we go. All right, so we got and we really will end after this. So just to recap, here are your conference championship games coming to you this Saturday on Pearl Harbor Saturday. For the ACC championship, we got the Mustangs of Southern Methodist University taking on the Clemson Tigers. The Clemson Tigers, despite losing to South Carolina, got a gift when the Syracuse Orange upset the Miami Hurricanes in the Carrier Dome yesterday. So it's the SMU Mustangs in their first year in the ACC playing for the conference championship game against a familiar conference foe, or a familiar conference representative of the Clemson Tigers. In the Big Ten championship game, because Michigan said, screw you, Ohio State. It is an old school Rose Bowl matchup for the Big Ten championship. The Oregon Ducks in Indianapolis taking on the Penn State Nittany Lions. So Oregon State in their first year in a new conference get to the Big Ten championship game. In the Big 12, which had a whole lot of chaos, but nonetheless, another team first year in the conference, the Arizona State Sun Devils, will be taking on the Iowa State Cyclones in Arlington, Texas at Jerry's World. And a very anticipated rematch in the Smurf Turf. The Mountain West Conference Championship game is the Boise State Broncos against the Rebels of UNLV. The Rebels and Boise State played a 29-24 game. And in their first year in a new conference, Bebo gets a chance to get back at UGA as my Bulldogs play JP's Longhorns in Atlanta for the Southeast.
Only win if Arch plays.
There will be no surprises this time. The next time Texas and Georgia play.
It is JP's.
While he's upstairs.
Oh, yeah.
That
You're not going to show up this time?
Oh
No
shit!
surprises on this one.
No, I actually will be doing some type of announcing next Saturday for a minor league Hall of Fame football game. So I won't be in California on Pearl Harbor Day. Also, just to go through. So yes, it is JP's Longhorns against my Bulldogs once again. This time in Atlanta for the Southeastern Conference Championship. So the best of the rest in college football in the All-American Conference. In the
What
All-American
a catch by Thielen! One-handed grab.
Panthers on the
One-handed
move.
grab.
Panthers on the move, trying to upset the Buccaneers. All right. In
Wow.
the All-American Conference.
Give me the joy.
In the All-American Conference, Tulane and Army for the AAC Conference Championship. Conference USA, Jacksonville State taking on Western Kentucky. In the MAC, always exciting when the MAC gets together. It's the Ohio Bobcats against the Miami of Ohio Redhawks. And in the Sun Belt, it is the Louisiana Raging Cajuns taking on the Thundering Herd of Marshall. That is your matchup.
Oh, balls out. Balls out. Tampa Bay's got it.
All the Buccaneers get the
Tampa
fumble.
Bay's got it.
You, Josh. Taking your happiness from you.
Man, they just ripped the ball right out of their running back's hands, and it is now Tampa Bay's ball. They had an easy field goal. They would have had a chip shot of about 30 yards, and he just fumbled the ball.
Oh, my.
Ooh, man, what a play. That is definitely out.
None of that matters.
Yeah,
That was like, holy shit.
I know what we're seeing, but what you're telling us is like, okay. we're a tad bit behind. We're at Thielen's
Man,
catch. So
Tampa Bay has got second life.
Second life.
Wow.
Trying to be a Motown singer.
Nice play by him. Ooh, oh, yeah. Damn, he almost took it right from him. Forget stripping it. He almost friggin' just grabbed it. And here we go with Baker Mayfield. Handoff.
Mayfield.
Only about 2 yards, though. This is going to be an interesting ending to this game. It might wind up being a tie.
Oh, a tie. Oh, dear God.
It was. When you hold it like a loaf of bread, it will be stolen from you.
Well, this is looking. This game is looking interesting. Second down and 8. 4:30 to go on Tampa Bay's 31-yard line.
Next score wins.
Next
Take the handoff.
wins.
Mayfield's got a man open. Caught by Evans. Cross midfield. First down.
That's a good guy to throw it to.
Wow.
Think about it.
Ball thrown behind him, and he still caught it. If this was a tighter coverage, that ball would have been knocked out of his hands.
Knocked out of his hands. Oh, yeah.
3 minutes, 45 seconds to go in the game.
Do you remember those Dr. Pepper commercials?
Yes.
They have the-
Yes. I know exactly where you're going.
We need to have Dub and Dr. Pepper.
Man, I'll tell you what. This has got to be one of the most interesting Sundays. Well, I don't know. Last Sunday was interesting. This Sunday is getting even more interesting.
Shaping things up for sure.
Wow. Running back was not holding that ball like a loaf of bread, and he still got it ripped out.
Loaf of bread.
This motherfucker right here.
Well, like Ace
Man.
Ventura said, it is the mucus that binds us.
Dude. 3:44 to go. First down and 10 from looks like the 48-yard line. Handoff up the gut. Ooh, first down and more. 30-yard line.
Is that
Ooh.
Bucky?
Yep, down to the Mr. White. Down to the where are we going? What do we got? First down run down to it looks like the 26-yard line, but I got to wait and see what the call is and where they place the ball. A little counter down the sidelines. Where does he go out of bounds? So I'm loving the replay, but where did he go out of bounds? So what we got?
I mean,
He is out. Whoa, he's out at the 10-yard line. And Mr. Mayfield decides to take a knee, centered the ball, and now they're going to go for a kick. This is basically a chip shot.
there, I get it.
Field goal attempt from the 20 or from the 12-yard line. So it's going to be a 22-yard field goal attempt.
The knee.
And here we go.
If he misses it, I'm gonna laugh.
Yeah.
For the
If he
win.
misses this, I'm going to laugh my ass off. Snap's good. Kick's good. Field goal's good. Game over. Tampa Bay won 26-23.
Yeah, still, fuck you, Baker.
Well,
and the
on
passion
that
comes out.
You
That-
got bailed out, bitch.
Now,
Tell us how you really feel.
Right?
You're lucky Chuba doesn't know how to hold on to a
whatever he was
fucking
trying to show
football.
me, it left. Never tried them. No.
Boom, right down the middle, man. That field goal was good from the minute it left his foot.
Now before we really get out of here,
Yeah.
now keep in mind we have not tallied today's records yet, but coming into before the Thanksgiving games, I come in with a record of 99-48. Mizzle is at 96-53. Chris is at 94-52. So as you can see, well over 500. But right now, whiskey still remains in the lead over tequila and rum.
Damn that whiskey.
But again, this is not counting today's action because, of course, I will tally it up after the Browns and Broncos Monday night game tomorrow.
Pretty much pick the same damn shit, so it's gonna even out the same. There's no check. Well, no. Wait, no. I think Chris took the Patriots today.
Yeah, I did. And they damn well should have won. They lost by a point.
Oh well, yeah, that puts you down.
Puts me down by one.
All of you picked the Bucks?
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
Yes. We both all picked the Bucks.
And I think we all picked the Ravens, too.
We did pick the Ravens. Yes.
Yes.
So, like I said, ain't too much going to change. Is that the only thing that's going to change is that Chris took
Colts.
the only L this week.
Yeah, I had to pick. I had to do it. I had to try. I thought the Patriots might have a chance.
I've made that pick multiple times too, and it always pans out because Doug picks the same pick. I'm like, get out my head, you motherfucker.
That's why
But I did pick the Rams, but I think we all picked the Rams over Saints.
We did.
Definitely picked the Rams. I definitely picked the Rams.
And I was nervous as hell about the Seahawks over the Jets, but the Jets shit the bed as they usually do.
Seahawks.
That made me sick to pick Seattle.
Oh, it made me sick too. So there's only
The Ravens.
two games left to happen, and that is the 49ers and the Bills, which will come up at 5 o'clock.
Well,
I've
we
got the
all picked
Bills.
the
I think
Bills.
we all got the Bills.
We all got
And
the
then
Bills.
tomorrow night's game, who's playing tomorrow night?
The Browns and the Broncos in Mile High.
And I picked the Broncos.
I picked the Elways.
The Denver
Yep, pick the
Longhorns.
Elways.
So that's how
And
it is.
JP's look on his face again is just priceless.
Priceless.
Oh yes. But folks, we appreciate you hanging out and chilling with us here on this week 13 special Red Zone edition of Talking Ish. Special thanks to JP Josh for joining us, and special thanks to Brian Sullivan for chiming in for like 5 seconds before he had to go to work. And special thanks to the voice of TG in the background.
Yeah, he was back there. Yeah,
But
back
hopefully,
Always fun, baby. Always fun.
hopefully your team won. If not, then it sucks. I'm still gonna go cheer for my team, even though the Bills should handle business. But nonetheless, JP, we will see you next Saturday in Atlanta for the SEC title game, Bevo against Uga. And interesting to see UNLV and Boise State one more time for the Mountain West Conference Championship. Good luck to everybody in Championship Saturday. And also thank you to Buddy, because even Buddy made a guest camera appearance. But
There you go.
for Chris, for JP, for Mizzle, for Brian, I'm Dub. We're just a lot of guys talking some ish. Talk to you soon.
Awesome.
Yeet.
Yeet.
Yeet.